ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here with you on Wrestling Showdown. We've got some more singles action for you this week. Tenacious Johnny Lyons here in the red singlet, in the still slightly unfamiliar position of having the crowd on his side, as we've seen in the past. He's taking on Matsuo Kazuma. First I've seen him really since January of 2016 here on Wrestling Showdown, I believe. He's been, of course, competing over in Japan, which is where he calls home. Recently competed in Osaka for Dot & Body Pro, amongst a lot of the smaller independent companies, Marble Project, that kind of thing. But he is back here in W3L, and this is Johnny Lyons. Last week we saw him, or sorry, last month I should say, he wrestled the Bulgarian Baker, Bozidar Branimir. And he's continuing his quest to wrestle as many masked foreign wrestlers as he can by facing Japan's Matsuo Kazuma. Kazuma trying to elicit some cheers from the crowd. And he's got a couple, I think, that respects abilities. You know, a man who's been around W3L for quite a while, albeit on and off. But I mean, Lyons appears to be the more popular of the two, let's bear out. Yep, clearly so, and Kazuma's had enough, attacks him from behind, as is the way of Matsuo Kazuma. We've seen him break all the rules in the past. And Johnny Lyons, I mentioned before how strange it is to have him cheered by the fans. He's never been that popular in the past, but I mean, it was really at Remedy back in February. He had that match against Mike Musso, and at the end of it, he got a big ovation from the crowd. They really took to him, they gained some respect for him, and he realised that maybe he can turn over a new leaf, and he's enjoying a renaissance, quite frankly. He's been gaining victories left, right and centre. He's got the crowd on his side, and this is going to help him in his quest to become the heavyweight champion, something that I know he desperately wants to do, because getting the title of Blondie Barrett's proving very tricky, as Kazuma, with a handful of hair, wasn't going anywhere after being shoved away from that side headlock, and applies it again. Kazuma with those great fundamentals, the technical wrestler, you know, the Japanese strong style. Again, handful of hair. He'll break the rules. We've seen him do this many times in the past. And Lyons, he's broken his fair share of rules as well in the past, so he knows all the tricks of the trade. Instead, at least to have never wrestled each other. So this is going to be an interesting contest for them. And Lyons showing that he can wrestle just as well as any of them. Takes down Kazuma and applies that chin lock. But Kazuma, seeing no wasted motion, immediately rolls over to alleviate the pressure, fighting back up to his feet, trying to work his way out that side headlock. Lyons, the heavier of the two men, the stronger of the two as well, I would venture to say. And now he holds on the mask. That was clever. Much like Kazuma holding his hair, I think Lyons got his fingers under the back of the mask, and it held on to it, prevented him from being sent across the ring. And does it again. So Lyons obviously paying attention, obviously learning, saying Kazuma, anything you want to do, I can do it as well. Oh, and Kazuma stamps on his foot. But Lyons right over the turnbuckles there. An agile man is Tenacious Johnny Lyons. We see that, rolls over Kazuma, off the ropes, ducking the clothesline, hits one of his own. That's what always. Oh, wait for the line cutter right away. Kazuma has it scouted. Again, if you're a fan of W3L, if you've watched a number of matches been to live events, you'll have seen Johnny Lyons. You know he likes that line cutter, how devastating it can be. And so Kazuma was having none of it. Again, Matsuo Kazuma doesn't come to W3L very often. A bit like the Bulgarian Baker, who I mentioned before. He's been around W3L more recently, but of course spends a lot of his time back home in Sofia in Bulgaria, where he resides. Kazuma's been on and off with W3L for well over the past decade or so, but tends to come across for maybe a week, or you know, maybe a couple of weeks at a time. There's a show here, a show there. Again, his commitments over in Japan keep him busy. He's more of an international guest, up in the par of like sort of Joey Legend, something like that. See Kazuma just stalling. Lyons has had enough. chasing him around the ring. And Kazuma trying to be one step ahead with the elbow drop. Lyons, again, he's done all that before. He knows how you're going to break the rules. Hang on, we've seen this already. Oh no, Sunset Flip is going to roll over him. Sunset flips him, and Kazuma, what a great move. Raked Lyons' eyes with the heels of his feet. And of course, if you take away Lyons' vision, it's going to make it very difficult for him to get any offense on you. Kazuma just taking his time as the match going his ways. He tees off on Johnny Lyons' midsection. A big forearm across the back. I don't know if you've noticed, but Kazuma appears to have some sort of symbol on his right forearm. Just choking Lyons against the rope. Not using the rope, to be fair, but he's got him against it. I'm led to believe, and I cannot confirm this, but somebody has said that they think that the symbol on his arm is some sort of something to do with the Yakuza, which of course is basically the Japanese mafia. I can't confirm that. I've not asked, and frankly I'm not going to either. But somebody has reckoned it's like a Yakuza symbol, but I wouldn't know. And if so, that makes Kazuma all the more dangerous. And he's dangerous enough as it is. There's Kazuma with a side headlock. And hang on, Kazuma, that kick right to the spine. And Johnny Lyons waiting for the cover they are. Lyons going to be all sorts of agony. Now we saw, of course, here on Showdown his match with Mike Musso when he got knocked out of the Wrestling Showdown Championship tournament. Then we saw at Remedy Lyons back as well. He suffered injury in that match against Musso, further exacerbated it. Hang on, Kazuma for a cover again. Further exacerbated it in the match at Remedy. It doesn't appear to be affecting him just now, which is good. But of course Lyons is not the guy who's going to tell you how injured he is. He keeps going. He's got a high pain threshold as well. And frankly he's going to need it, because if his back is still giving him jip, he's now been caught in a Boston Crab, and that is not a good place to be with even with a good back. But of course having a bad back is going to make this 1,000 times worse. He gets to the ropes. Referee applying the count. It's a good thing about Johnny Lyons. He knows his ring positioning, he knows the W3L ring, where the ropes are, how far he can stretch an arm out to get to them. Another sarcastic hand clap from Matsuo Kazuma. I think he's been studying, I think he's heard of Johnny Lyons' back injury, and obviously testing him to see just how bad it might be. And Lyons telegraphed the line cutter. That allowed Kazuma to grab the ropes and block it. Obviously he was holding on for dear life, wasn't going to go down with the line cutter, and Lyons, you see the result of it, landing badly. And again his back, maybe, I don't think it's 100%. I don't think you can recover from a back injury that quickly, but we'll see what happens off the ropes. And a forearm, nice move by Kazuma, nonchalant cover, allowing Lyons to get a shoulder up. He's near the ropes as well. Maybe a little bit of Kazuma's ego getting in there, I think. And arguing that it should have been 3. Because Kazuma has a fairly decent grasp of English due to all his time he's been over here in W3L. So you can't portray a language barrier. I know he does sometimes claim that, didn't understand what the referee was saying, but he does know. That's also how he knew what was coming when the line cutter got yelled out. And again Lyons telegraphing it, taking a page out the Mike Musso playbook, and knocks down Kazuma with the clothesline. I think Lyons is tired of having all his moves countered. He's going for the Tenacious gun, and Kazuma face first. There's that mask first into canvas. Lyons with the cover, doesn't get it though. This crowd firmly on the side of Lyons. Again, they found respect for the guy. You know he's a talented man, know what he can do in the ring. Getting up a bit of momentum there ahead of steam. And with a forearm, Kazuma trapped between Johnny Lyons and the ring post. but took a bit too long the second one. And down goes Lions, knee right in the face. And Kazuma sees a bit slow to cover, but he does now, and doesn't get it. If he was a bit a little faster, he might have got the pin there. But the moves he's taken from Lions, the Tenacious gun in particular, has slowed him down. Because he's used to wrestling under the mask, so he's not going to have any real sensory deprivation issues. I mean, he's used to wrestling with some of his peripheral vision obscured and having that mask on, so it's like a second skin to him, really. He's applying some stomps around the body. Don't think anybody's done that since Ronnie Garvin back in the 87. But they do say in wrestling that what's old is new. You often recommend that you study older footage to find new things to do, so maybe that's what Kazuma's been doing. Now ascending the top turnbuckle. If he crashes down on Lions, this could end the contest. A big victory for Kazuma. He went for a foot stomp, it looks like. Lions, he paused just a fraction, and that allowed Kazuma to hit the back elbow. And a line cutter in mid-air. Kazuma threw himself through the air. Lions hits a line cutter and gains himself a big victory. Lions with a fantastic mid-air line cutter that seals Matsuo Kazuma's fate. Lions gains a victory here this week on Wrestling Showdown, and you've got to think the heavyweight championship is firmly in his sights. A victory there for Johnny Lions, and that is going to give him the momentum that he needs as he heads towards 7 deadly sins. Because yes, I can tell you that the first official entrant in the 2018 7 Deadly Sins tournament is Tenacious Johnny Lions. Who will his 6 opponents be? You're going to find it in the weeks to come, but whoever it is, it's going to be no easy task for any of them trying to win wrestling's toughest tournament. Now, let me quickly recap where and when we're going to be in the month of May. On the 11th and the 12th of May, we're going to be heading down to England, to Todmorden and then to Newcastle. We know that the Rock and Roll Express, Blondie Barrett, your current W3L heavyweight champion, he's going to be there for both events. We know that Vortex will be there, Mike Musso will be there. Apparently Luke Aldridge is going to be turning up at some point, he says. Ragnar's going to be there in Newcastle. We know you'll be seeing Jayla Dark versus Kiara and a whole bunch more besides. Get yourselves along to Todmorden and to Newcastle if you are in the area. It is going to be an awesome couple of events. Then later in the month, on the 25th, 6th and 7th, it's Musselburgh, Dunfermline and Grangemouth. Musselburgh and Dunfermline play host to 7 Deadly Sins. The tournament gets split across 2 days. Johnny Lions is the first entrant in the tournament. Your other 6 will be announced in the weeks to come. Also in Dunfermline, we will see Mike Musso versus Dickie Divers, the winner to become the first ever Wrestling Showdown champion. And Grangemouth, you get all of the 7 Deadly Sins follow. You will find out who won the tournament and what their plans are going to be after that. Come out and see us in Grangemouth. Over that weekend, you will be seeing Blondie Barrett. Will he still be the heavyweight champion? He's definitely going to be there for all 3 events. Joey Legend will be in the house for all 3 events. Mike Musso as well. We know that Leah Owens will be in action over that weekend, as will Jayla Dark. Many more besides. It's going to be 3 awesome live events. In total, 5 amazing events in the month of May. What more do you want? Come out, see us. It's going to be fantastic. Buy your tickets for all of these events, because you should really come to them all, by going to our website, w3lwrestling.com. Get your tickets from there. Make sure you've liked us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, join us on Instagram, subscribe to this channel so you never miss an episode of Wrestling Showdown. And of course, when you talk about this, use the hashtag W3L Wrestling Showdown. Let us know what you think is going to happen with the contingency plan. Let us know who you think is going to be in, or indeed who you want to see in this year's 7 Deadly Sins tournament. Remember, the hashtag is W3L Wrestling Showdown. And then the next thing you should do is join me back here in 7 days' time. We are edging closer to our live events, more hot action,
more amazing stuff happening here, as always, every single week on Wrestling Showdown.